For all the panelists, my request is keep your mics on the mute till the time I call your names. And for all the attendees out there, my request is all your questions in the Q&A box. Not because the chat is not enabled. Chat will be enabled from time to time when we need your responses to motivate these young kids who have taken out their personal time on a weekend, stealing it from their families only for your kids. We have increased the number of attendees to go to about 75. We are already at 70 attendees and 14 panelists. And we are at about 1,300 now on the Facebook. As of now, we are live in Jakarta. We are live in Hyderabad, Singapore, Bangalore. I see Pune slowly climbing up. Pune is still slow. It is only about 120. Delhi, Mumbai, and of course, Gurgaon. Increase the number of attendees to about 80. And in another minute or two, we will start off. So sit back and relax. For those of you who are asking for joining passwords on Facebook Lives, Facebook Live does not require any passwords. For joining the Zoom room, you must have registered, and then you would have got a link, auto-generated link, which you had to click and join. All right, super. So we have touched 80, 79, 80. It's dropping, coming back, dropping, coming back. I have now kept a buffer for about 5 more. And let's see if... because I see a lot of people in the waiting room. Unfortunately, I cannot take a chance with the Zoom. So some of them will either have to be a little patient for me to allow them. Okay, I am enabling the chat once again for all the attendees out there. So can we have a good round of applause from your side by typing Yay, Y-A-Y, for all the panelists and the young kids out here so that they are motivated enough to share their experiences, their journeys, their success stories with all of you and your kids. All right, great, awesome. We are way past 90 now. And good evening to everybody in 10 cities across 3 countries. And I am Abhishek Gupta. Talking live with 12 young, bright students who have made a mark for themselves. We have divided the students in 2 batches, the seniors and the juniors. And just for your understanding, the seniors are those who have just passed out of school and are now sitting on multiple offer letters, multiple scholarships. And juniors are those who are still riding in the school and still attending the online classes. So we have, I will just quickly take out the names, and I want each one of you to start introducing yourself. Abhyuday, can we have you on the mic, please?
Hello, everyone. So my name is Abhyuday Garg, and I just passed out from GD
Abhyuday, if you can bring your mic a little closer to your lips, please. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Abhyuday Garg, and I just passed out of GD Goenka Public School, Gurgaon.
Super. So Abhyuday has just passed out of GD Goenka Public School, Gurgaon, and Abhyuday scored a 1490 on his SATs, 790 on math subject test, 700 on verbal. 1490 on SATs with 790 and 700 as the split, and he scored 800, 800, 800 on physics, chemistry, and maths level 2, which is amazing. Abhyuday then scored 5 out of 5 on all the APs he has taken, excluding calculus BC, where he scored a 4. But Abhyuday, great job. 5 APs, out of which 4 of them 5 on 5s. So proud to have you here, Abhyuday. Abhyuday is qualified for national level CBSE science exhibition. He is All India rank number 1 at the Pi quiz hosted by IIM Indore. He's a professional cricketer at the regional level, school team captain, basketball player, played state tournaments, self-taught fingerstyle guitarist, and member of core group at the school's theatre team, right? Okay, so very happy to have you, Abhyuday. Can I now have Aditya? Aditya, if you can just quickly say hi to everybody.
Hi everyone, I'm Aditya Goyal. I'm from Pathways World School and I'm currently in grade 11.
Okay, Aditya, again, your voice is coming a little low, beta. So next time, please keep the mic close to your lips.
Yeah.
Aditya is the co-founder of Victory, a service initiative, a member of an NGO called Shapat. He has done multiple voluntary work. He's the head of project for Round Square, inspired project to be held at Pathways World School. He has completed 2 internships, and one of the internships had been at one of the leading startups in India in machine learning. He has 3 medals for the World Scholars Cup, part of the executive board at Pathways Model United Nations, has done 5 other MUNs, 2 certificates of high distinction and 1 in distinction in ACER 2017, international rank 19 in ISFO, participated at Harvard Young Leadership Conference, participated in NASA Mission Discovery Conference, has done several online and summer courses, and is a student of grade 11 Pathways School Ralavri, moving to grade 12. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Can we now go and have Anusha?
Hi everyone, my name is Anusha. I am from KR Mangalam World School, Gurgaon, and I graduated KR Mangalam in 2019.
All right, so Anusha graduated KR Mangalam in 2019 and currently is sitting on multiple offer letters. She has got an offer letter in computer science from Boston University, an offer letter in computer science from Purdue, University of Edinburgh for computer science and artificial intelligence, an SAT score of 1520, and subject scores of 780 and 720 respectively in maths and physics. Super, happy to have you, Anusha, here. Archita.
Hi, I'm Archita. I studied Lancet International School in grade 10, and I would like to thank Abhishek sir for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Archita, for thanking me. Proud to have you here, beta. Archita's world revolves around photography. I have been a constant and an ardent follower of her photography. Her Instagram handle is Merak by Archita, and she is a very good student, extremely bright, one of the juniors in the lot today. She has completed her diploma in dance in Kathak at an early age of 12 and still able to manage international baccalaureate and still able to perform really, really well on her academics. Welcome so much, Archita. Arpit.
Hi everyone, and I'm from Jidiganka World School. I just graduated this year, and thank you, sir, for having me here.
Thank you so much, Arpit. It is a pleasure to have you here too. Arpit is an awesome person. I have been dealing with Arpit for so most of you have been dealing for so very many years, and it's so good to have you, especially you, Arpit. Arpit has acceptances from Indiana University, and that to $44,000 scholarship. Amazing, Arpit. He has an offer letter from University of California, San Diego, and that's my sister college, Arpit. I am from UCLA. University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, nothing gets better than that. University of Toronto, UBC Canada, which is #1 university in Canada, and Boston University. Arpit scored 800 on Maths Level 2, 800 on Subject Sat Physics, and a 1470 on SAT with AP 5 on 5. Amazing to have you, Arpit. Aryan.
Hi everyone, I'm Aryan. I'm from Delhi Public School, Gurgaon. Thank you, Abhishek sir, for this opportunity.
So Aryan is very, very dear to my heart. Aryan is somebody whom I have been dealing with for last 2 years, and we are working really aggressively. I really like his dedication. So Aryan, hold back. I want to have a question from you. a secret. How do you maintain your dedication so that you can teach it to so many students out there who are listening to this? Aryan scored a 1570 on the SAT. All right, maybe just 30 marks gone because Aryan, you started feeling hungry and you had to eat away some marks. 800 and 800 each, which is a perfect score on maths level 2 and physics. And I know how much hard work you had put in, Aryan. I've seen you really doing it dedicatedly for last 2 years. In extracurriculars, he has done various internships and online programs, has been a part of multiple inter-school competitions, done a summer school and got a scholarship from there. And I'm testimony for it that he got his fees refunded from Oxford Summer School last year, just because he was too good. And he has done a lot of community service. Welcome so much to the show, Aryan. Can I have Bhavya? Bhavya is another junior in the lot here. So Bhavya, please tell us about yourself.
Yes, thank you, sir. So my name is Bhavya. I'm
A little louder, Bhavya.
Yes, thank you, sir. My name is Bhavya. I'm a class 12 student of DPS Gurgaon.
So Bhavya is a class 12th student at DPS Gurgaon, and he has done multiple online courses. Introduction to microeconomics, preventing the next pandemic, becoming an entrepreneur. His extracurriculars are phenomenal. He is into stock market investing at a very young age, and I should compliment you, Bhavya, for this, because investment is all about compounding. And if any one of us know compounding formula, it is not about the A, it is not about the R, it is actually about the raised to the power N. So if you start early, you will definitely become super rich. So you are into stock markets. You have done an internship at a brokerage firm. You also have entrepreneurial ventures, which includes a startup and an ongoing project on AI with IBM. How do you do that? Competitions like J Company and IILM, you have won. Public speaking, including 20 MUNs. As a delegate, executive board member, and an organizer, as well as the school debate club. I mean, do you have what, 48 hours in your life or what per day? You organized a fundraising online MUN during lockdown recently, and you have given a TED talk at the school, and I'm aware of it because I was sitting right there in that hall. All right, so awesome, very good. Bhumika, can we have you please?
Hi everyone, I'm Bhumika. I just graduated from K.R. Manglam World School. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Super, super. Love to have you here, Bhumika. I have enabled the chat for all the attendees out here so that they can congratulate you guys. So please type in a C to congratulate these young kids who have done so much in their life. Now I have Bhumika in front of me. She has passed out of K.R. Manglam World School, Gurgaon. She's a senior on the lot here. And she has amazing offer letters from, again, University of Edinburgh, Manchester, King's College, London. Are you planning to go to King's College? Because you will definitely meet a lot of kids of film stars out there and the industrialists. It is one of the best in Europe. Hong Kong University with scholarship, McGill with scholarship, and Chinese University of Hong Kong again with scholarship. 3 scholarship letters, Bhumika. Doesn't come so easily. I'm so proud of you, Beta. Welcome so much to the show. Disha, can we have you? So Disha is another junior in the lot here. Let's have it from you, Disha.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Disha Pruthi, currently in class 12th, DPS Gurgaon.
All right. So Disha is again very, very close to my heart. Have been working very closely with her. She is a vice president of the student council, and I so hope your principal ma'am and your faculty members are watching you here. They'll be so proud of you, Disha. She has learned German since what, 8 years of age? How do you do that? I
The
couldn't
past
speak
8 years.
properly then. Cleared A1 and A2 levels and received a PAD scholarship to Germany. Super. Part of Team Shiksha Kendra and teaching the underprivileged kids. Core team of Namaste Joshaland and Project Nidan, and she plays guitar. Lovely to have you here, Disha. We are down to our 10th panelist, Khushi Mehta, another senior in the lot.
Hi everyone, my name is Khushi Mehta and I'm a student of, I just passed out of Scottish International. Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Khushi. Love to see you here, beta. And you have an IB predictive grade of 44 on 45.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? What do you guys eat? Okay, so apart from the questions that I have for you, I definitely want to know, what do you guys eat? Because there are so many mothers. I can see about 3,230 people watching you across Facebook and about 121 listening to you and motivating you on the Zoom. So people who are on the Zoom, thank you so very much for coming here, because you are the only one who can motivate these young chaps. They are unable to view anything what's happening on Facebook across the channels. It's only me who is able to call the shots there. So Khushi, 44 out of 45, definitely something to do with eating. So either you tell us the secrets later on. Offers. Okay, let me count the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zeros, which means, and then there is a 1. 100,000 Canadian dollars scholarship, which is like practically free. Practically free from University of Toronto, University of Washington, University of California, San Diego, UC Davis, UC Irvine, UC Riverside, King's College London, St. Andrews, University of Edinburgh, University of Leeds, City University of London, and you still are waiting for NYU. What will you do with that? What will you do with that? So proud to have you here, Khushi. Manmohini, another junior in the lot. Let's have it from you, beta.
Hi, I'm Manmohini Tiwari. I'm currently in 9th grade and I study at DPS International. And thank you, Mr. Abhishek, for having me here.
Thank you so much, Manmohini, for coming here and taking our time. I so love to work with you, and I so love to, talk to your mom and your uncle. They are really a positive energy for me. Okay, so Manmohini is studying at DPS International Sector 50. And Manmohini, my only request would be, next time when you talk, beta, be a little louder. There are about 5,000 people now who are watching us, and I do not want them to miss out on your success secrets. In extracurriculars, she has achieved Academic Excellence Award for middle school. High school results awaited, which means you are expecting that. Achieved distinction in Trinity College London Rock and Pop, grade 1 and 2. Senior editor for an international American high school magazine, Polyphony Lit. Won silver prize for the Royal Commonwealth Essay Competition, a TED Club leader in Gurgaon, and achieved gold for the International Global Citizens Award. Published articles in Times of India newspaper, hired as a writer for an American magazine. Okay, I can't go on. All right, it's just not getting over. Manmohini, I'm so proud to have you here, and really want to understand, how do you do it, beta? How do you do it? Rajat. And we have Rajat now, another senior who has studied outside India. I have had the opportunity to work with Rajat a little bit, but Rajat is far better in talking about himself. So Rajat, let's hear it from you.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek, for inviting me to this panel.
Rajat, a little louder, please.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek, for inviting me to this panel. My name is Rajat Kaul, and I graduated from the Delhi Public School, Bahrain in 2019.
Rajat scored 1,540 on his SATs, 800 on maths, 790 on physics, 770 on chemistry, has offers from University of Toronto, University of Michigan, University of Washington, Seattle. It's not getting over yet. University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, King's College London, University of Glasgow, Exeter, and Helsinki. Which one are you picking, Rajat?
I'm thinking of going along with the University of
Can't
Washington.
hear you again.
University of Washington, Seattle.
Awesome. Amazing choice. Amazing, amazing choice. All right. So I see that there are thousands of parents listening to you, and I'm very, very sure that there are kids along with them. I can only do a poll with about 126 in the Zoom room right now. So I just want these 126 attendees to tell me if you are a parent or if you're a high school student, and there is a poll right in front of you. So can you just tell us if you are a parent or if you are a high school student attending it? Okay, so it seems pretty well balanced. We have about 56% parents and about, okay, so I see there is some overlap because I'm sure there are some parents sitting with their kids. which is awesome. Thank you so very much. This gives us a great insight into who we are talking to. I'm ending the poll right now. All right. So my first question is to Abhyuday. You are a senior, a pass out of GD Goenka Public School, working with me very closely. You and me have a WhatsApp chat practically every day. Most successful people have a fixed routine, Abhyuday. And there are thousands of students listening to you right now. Will you be able to tell us, do you have a daily routine? And if so, what is that routine like and how do you stick to it?
Hello. So thank you for the question, Abhishek sir. And so what I believe is that it depends from person to person on whether you want to actually follow a fixed routine or do you want a bit of flexibility in your day. So personally for me, I believe that a bit of flexibility works well with me. So what I try to do is that I have a list of things to do every day. Like for example, if I have something to study, if I have something to, for example, learn to, for example, a online course or something.
A little louder,
So-
beta.
Yeah, so I'll have a to-do list for every day. And then as the day goes on, try to get everything done of that to-do list and checking things off. So that way, if, for example, something unexpected turns up, I don't have to destroy my routine in order to try to fix that. And I'm also able to do the things that I wanted to do.
Super. Thank you so much, Abhyuday. Thank you so very much. I'm sure. So my question here, Abhyuday, is do you follow a Google Calendar or something like that, or you just make a to-do list? Because most of the students nowadays who are listening to us must be having a gadget like a phone or an iPad or something. Does it help to make a Google Calendar, or do you just make a to-do list on a sheet of paper?
So what I do is like, obviously, I have my phone with me every day for practically the whole day. So what I do is I made a WhatsApp chat with myself because I know that WhatsApp is one application that I'll be opening every day. So like I write my to-do list on that WhatsApp chat.
Super. So you are telling us that that small little gadget, which has become a problem for so many parents, can actually be utilized by the students to make the parents proud, right? So proud of you, Abhyuday. So proud of you. Aditya, coming to you. So Aditya is at Pathways World School, and just to recall for all our attendees out there, Aditya is still a junior and preparing for his university applications and working really hard and really close with me. Has done multiple extracurricular activities and still being able to handle a very demanding curriculum like IB. Scored 1490 on the SAT, which is really great. So Aditya, my question to you is, how important was career planning for you? Was it actually important or it didn't matter at all? And does it have any significance for you to come to a place where you are today? Because I see you doing so many different activities. For a moment, it took me 1 minute to just read out your extracurriculars, like your international ranks, like your NASA, your Harvard Young Leadership Conference, your certificates and high distinctions in ASA, your MUNs. So you are doing so much. Is it to do with a proper career planning? How is it? Did you, okay, so first you answer that question. I have another question for you as well.
Yeah, so I started pretty early with Abhishek sir for my career planning. And like I was pretty sure that I had to go with computer science as my career. But then Abhishek sir did this like magic diagnostic test, and surprisingly, even he suggested that I should do computer science before I even told him I had to do computer science. Then we started building on our profile, my profile. I started doing these online courses, summer schools, and MUNs, round squares. Now I went to the World Scholars Cup, and like he suggested, so an SATs, SAT subject test, and he suggested me to give my APs as well. I rebutted a bit, but he came along with it, and now I realize how important they are. Like not only for universities, but they actually help you a lot in your school curriculum as well for preparing for your 12th grade.
Okay, so guys, this entire talk is not about Abhishek sir. This is about you. Most of the attendees here by now understand that I am working very, very closely with all of you. So I want to hear from Aditya again. Aditya, you started early. Agreed, you started with me, but that's not important. What is important is you started early.
So that's
And
starting.
how much of a benefit does it have for you? Do you feel mentally relaxed by starting early, or it gave you a lot of time to plan things? Because we want to understand here as parents that what was the impact of starting early?
That starting early really helps you in maintaining a path for your like career. So right now as well, I have this path for a couple of months, a kind of schedule that I have to hit these points or these aims every month. Like this month, I have to get done with my APs. I have to get done with a online course and start with my college applications. So it gets you into a schedule and it gets a lot of load off your head. Because if you start late, then with the 12th grade, 12th grade comes with a lot of pressure for academics and everything. So yeah, it helped a lot.
Wonderful. So what I get from here to all the 4,580 right now, it's fluctuating between 4,500 to 5,200 people who are listening to us, is that starting early helps you create a schedule and helps you create a benchmark. So the learning for all the kids out there who are listening to us, the learning that Aditya is giving you is that whoever you start with, because you are in multiple cities right now listening to us, and you might be having somebody who can help you out there in preparing a schedule for you. And if you have a schedule in front of you, and if you have a dedication like Aditya does, you are definitely going to rock it. So that's the learning, that starting early helps you plan a schedule, and you can then waver around and make your own adjustments over time. Super. Anusha, another senior. Now, this is good. We get to hear one senior, one junior, one senior, one junior. This is good. My request to all of you again, your voices are coming a little faint. So I want you to keep your mics closer to you and talk a little louder. And Aditya and Abhyuday, please hold back. We have questions for you more. All right. Anusha, amazing offer letters, beta. Amazing offer letters. So proud of you. So proud of you for the fact that you have been able to pull off and make your parent really, really proud. I know your mom now decently well, and I can see all the pride on her face. I'm also getting to work with your younger sister, and she's definitely going to make your mom more proud, or maybe equally proud as you did. I have a question for you. And this is for all the parents, on behalf of all the parents, Anusha. Most of the time, we as parents don't realize how important it is to have a very healthy environment at home. Most of the times, we keep on interfering into the children's life. We do not give them, we are not saying that we should give them all the liberty. Not all students possibly are as capable as 12 of you right here, but I'm very sure that most of the students are like you, and they can definitely become like you, right? So do you think that immediate environment plays a role in success? And if it's so, what are some key elements that you can tell us which are present in your immediate environment at home, your friends, your family, your mentor, your coach, which has been very critical for you to be so successful?
Yeah, so I think that your immediate environment plays a very big role in how you succeed in life. Fortunately, I was able to have a mom and a friend circle which is very which is very free and supportive. There is no expectation to be perfect all the time. You are allowed to make mistakes. In fact, I even own my mistakes. Like, admit if I make a mistake, then yeah, I made a mistake, because that is how I learn, and that is the objective. Because in life, you weren't born to be perfect. You were born to learn and grow. That is how you grow. So this is the ideology at my home, and I do try to have a lot of diverse friends from maybe different parts of the country, or who are maybe not pursuing the same field as me, because then I get to know about how things other than my how things in other fields which is not my field work. Because if I only make friends who are like me, then I won't have any idea about how the world which how the world, how the other side, how other things are.
Super. So, Anusha, what I understand is that you choose your friends very wisely, right? I also believe in this. I generally talk about this in a lot of sessions I take. That we were 4 friends since the school time. One of my friend is the CEO of Airtel for East India. My another school friend is the world's fastest pianist. My third school friend is the among the top 100 upcoming entrepreneurs in Southeast Asia in fashion. And fourth is me, who has been labeled as the Times Education icon and the best career coach in the country. And when we look at all 4 of us, all of us are successful in our individual domains, and all of them are very diverse domains. One in telecom, one in fashion, one is a musician, and the other one is a career coach. Absolutely diverse. But what it did for us was that these 4 people, all of us came together and we supported each other in thick and thin. We supported each other whenever I didn't feel like studying. There were 3 of them who were constantly behind my life that, hey, I am not talking to you. Obviously, that time we didn't have mobiles and the gadgets. So we used to go out in our colony and play cricket. And I used to get this phone call that, hey, your homework is not done. Cricket is cancelled for today, right? And we used to have this video game parlors where we used to go. And, we got into the habit of playing video games like some of you might also have. But my 3 friends were like, today we are not going because your homework is not done, Abhishek. And that's how we pushed each other. So I so believe in it. So the learning for all of your parents out there is that please create a very healthy and a calm environment at home. Allow the children to make mistakes. Mistakes are fine. That's a part and parcel of learning. But allow them to get evolved. Allow them to pick their own choice of career. Most of the kids who are sitting out in front of me or sitting in front of you, these are, it does not get better than that. It does not get better than 12 students coming from 12 different kind of schools, coming from varied curriculum, some of them from IB, some of them from IGCSEs, and some of them from CBSEs of the world, and talking about some generic stuff, which is very, very important for you guys. So I really, really hope that you enjoy. I also hope that most of you will make the best use of this time, because if you are here to attend half of the discussion, then my suggestion to you is that you should definitely leave right now, because I can still see a lot of them in the waiting room, waiting for me to approve their request to join in. So if you are here, my request is please be here for the entire duration, because this is getting so interesting. You do not get to hear from the students like these day in and day out. Coming back. Okay, thank you so much, Anusha. I'll get back to you, and I do have a couple of more questions. Want your time and patience, Veda. Archita.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Photography. Wow, you are super good at it. Okay, super good at it. Academics, you do wonderfully well. Humble, your entire family is humble. I see that in the upbringing, the way your mom talks to me, the way your dad comes to me and talks to me like a buddy, and the way you wait for me at 8:30 in the night to get onto these Zoom calls. And now you're planning to set up this kids community, and you are honoring me by making me the advisor of that community. How do you get to do this? How do you manage to do it? What is the secret of multitasking? Will you be able to tell it to all the parents out there? And before you start, I have a request to all the parents who are listening to us. All the parents who are listening to us, please give us an A again if it is going awesome for you guys. If it is a good learning, please give us an A in the chat box. Let's motivate these 12 young kids with all your A's. I still see a very less number of A's. Can I have the capital A's, please? A capital A is supposed to tell us that you are at the best motivating these kids. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you so very much to all the attendees. Archita, coming back to you, Veda. How do you manage multitasking?
Okay, so I think I'm the kind of person that when I find something that really interests me, I have to figure it out. Like, honestly, I won't be able to sleep at night until I've tried it out. And I would actually give you an instance. So I'm a very stubborn kid, okay? So I'm from a small town in Rajasthan, and I always wanted to learn the dance form Kathak. And so teachers will not take kids in their class until they're 5 years old. So I used to hide behind the curtain and copy my sister's dance. And once I performed it, and one of the teachers saw me, so I was the first kid in the town to be taken into a dance class at the age of 3.5. So I've been multitasking since then. I feel I cannot like study all the time. So I'm into music. I play 2 instruments. I'm into sports. I'm a shooter. I do basketball. So I have to manage all this. So I feel multitasking is one thing that I have to do, or I'll totally fail. So, and honestly, okay, let's talk about this. COVID-19 has been a very stressful time for all of us. So it's hard to look at it in a positive way, but let's give it a shot. We have a lot of time to ourselves, so we should make the most of it. So as of now, I'm getting so much time with myself that I'm getting to try all the things that I ever wanted to do. I would just sit down, I'll start painting, I'll start sketching. Everything that I thought I won't be able to do with schoolwork, I'm doing it now. And how I manage it is I prioritize my work. So we have school classes going on, right? So I give myself time that I'm going to finish all my submissions by this time in the day, and then I reward myself. I reward myself by saying that if I'm able to do this all, I will get.
Some people are asking you to speak a little louder, Beta.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little louder more.
Okay. So I would prioritize my work and then I would reward myself. So if I'm able to finish all my work in that time, I will give myself 1-2 hours to just try something new. Maybe I'll learn a new song on the guitar, or I'll practice for my tournaments that are coming up. So I feel that way I'm able to get everything done and I'm not stressed about it. So that keeps me happy. And I think that is very important when you have to multitask.
Super. And you are very articulate. I have been knowing that, but becoming articulate in front of almost like 6,000 people watching you live online, it really requires a lot of confidence, Archita. And I'm so proud of you, Beta. So the learning here for the parents is we really need to hear what Archita said. Archita spoke so candidly about the fact that it is not just about academics. And if you actually see all the 12 of them here, you will realize that most of them have been able to manage multiple things at a time. And some of them actually came to me as early as grade 8, 9, 10. And I know that I have pushed them even for amazing extracurriculars, even in grade 10, right? And even then their academics did not go for a toss. So this thought process that, the board classes are only and only for academics, no, it's not right. Yes, board classes are for great academics, but it is not about living your life. You will not be able to score well. You will not have a healthy mindset until unless you are, doing multiple things, which eases the pressure out of a child. So allow your children to explore interests. Allow the children. I mean, I am so proud of you, Archita. You learned it from behind a curtain. So proud of you, Beta. Thank you so very much. Arpit. Okay, for some of you who did not join in early, this kid has scholarships, and that too from Indiana University. Okay, and is it Kelly, Arpit? Kelly School of Business? Wow, number
Yes.
8 in the world for data science, machine learning, and business management. And you pulled up a scholarship from there. And you have just passed out of GD Goenka World School from IB. And with all sorts of extracurriculars. And I'm very close to Pankaj sir. And tell me how important is the planning for you, Arpit? How important has been the planning for you? How important is the support from your dad or your mentors? How important it is for you, and did it help you?
So in my opinion, I think planning is, personally, in 11th, I was really lost. Like, I didn't know what colleges are good for me, for my course, for my interests. But then the thing is, I got in touch with you early on. So having you as my mentor throughout this process, I think there are 3 benefits of having someone to look up to throughout this entire process. The first being, it gets you started. In 11th, I spent hours surfing the net, but I got nothing of value from that time. But when I came to you and I had a clear-cut path, I got started, gaining.
Arpit, it's not about me. It's not about me. I want people to understand about you. So let's say if it is not me, let's say if somebody who is listening to you in Jakarta right now, or put you are live in Jakarta, you're live in Singapore, you're live in Pune, right? I do get a lot of students coming to me online from across the globe. What if there's somebody in your own family? Do you think having a coach even in your own family can help?
Definitely. I mean, anyone can be anyone, who is familiar with the process. Because what it does is it keeps you, I mean, it helps you get a perspective and a guidance, because there's so much on the net. If you spend that much time, I mean, in 11th, you have lots of things going on, as the previous question mentioned. Like for me also, I had many interests coming in from 10th, but then I think the most important thing that I learned, like from having a mentor, in my case you, but it can be anybody, is to prioritize. I mean, the question mentioned previously, like address the same issue. For example, I juggled filmmaking and squash and academics and programming. So, I mean, having someone to tell you, like, to verify what you're doing is correct, gives that confidence and gives you that motivation to work even harder and achieve even more fruitful things, which look better on your application and help you get, for example, in my case, scholarships. So I mean, that's another point. And the second point is, having a mentor keeps you motivated. I mean, there are many times throughout this process you feel really low, because I mean, there's so many essays and there's so much going on that, I mean, having someone to talk to about this process really helps you clear your mind. So that's also a very important aspect of having a mentor and a coach in this process.
Wow, wonderful, Arpit. And so the lesson for all the kids out there is, there are 3 lessons from what Arpit said. 1, you might get a coach in your own house. Maybe your dad or your mom can become a good coach and mentor for you. But then when they wear a mentor hat, you have to treat them like a mentor. You can't just say that you have been saying this all this while and I do not want to take it seriously. Another important thing that Arpit said is that, the high school years are like, are like the final overs. And if you, bow your shoulders down in the final overs, how much ever you have played well in the initial 20, 30 overs, you can then definitely lose the match. So you have to keep your motivation up, and at times talking to someone helps. It helps you stay on track. It helps you to stay motivated. It keeps you in the sight of your goal. So another important thing for all those parents who are listening to us across these 10 cities in 3 countries, please talk to your kids. You cannot expect these 12 young, bright kids to actually verbatim tell you, because you are like mothers and fathers to these 12, right? And obviously they are respecting your stature as mom and dads. So they cannot go and tell you straight. But as a coach and a career coach myself, I am, I strongly believe in this fact that in what Arpit said, it really helps to talk. So if your child is not talking to you, you need to find out that desert time and go to the child and talk, right? And that's how things become simpler and easy. And this is what kids are saying. So you need to hear it from the kids. Thank you so much, Arpit. Aryan, coming back to you, Veda. 1,570 on the SATs, 800 on the subject sats, preparing for APs now, and so many extracurriculars. I have been following you, Aryan. You have been with me for a very, very long time now. I don't see you ever getting distracted. And then I see a lot of parents struggling with their kids, where kids are always distracted. Either it could be a PUBG, or it could be some other game, or it could be an Instagram. And I see most of you there tagging me when we were conceptualizing this event. And parents out there, please understand, it was not easy for any one of them to take out their personal time. They had to manage their tuition schedules. They have to come online, do a practice session so that it goes prim and proper with technology, verify their mics and cameras. They have really taken out time for you and your kids. Please take it seriously. So, Aryan, I don't see you getting distracted. How does it happen? How do you keep yourself so focused? Can you share it with the young kids who are listening to you and their parents, so that these parents can actually help those kids?
Yes, sir. Personally, the source of my dedication.
Louder, Aryan.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Personally, the source of my dedication is the expectations that you and my parents have in me. I always feel that they've done what I've asked them to, so now it's my turn, and I need to live up to their expectations. It's also all the hard work that all the teachers have put in, and I want to respect that. So I keep myself focused at all times so that I can do my best.
Wow. So I'm very, very sure that your school management and everybody will be very proud to hear that for your effort, your dedication, you are complimenting them. Another two important things here to learn from what Aryan said, parents, is that there is no harm in keeping expectations from the child. What is important is that are you able to very clearly define the expectations in front of the child? At times you have a lot of expectations, but you are not articulate enough in telling the child that this is what our expectation is. And that's the problem of communication gap. You know, because we do not talk a lot with our parents. If you talk to these 12 who are here, you will realize that these are those kids who do not have much communication gap with their parents. You know, if the parents don't talk to them, they go to the parents and talk. So, you know, if you are able to define your expectations with your child and definitely have very realistic expectations in, you know, in front of the child, depending on the child's aptitude, the child's interest. And if I am a strong believer of the fact that if you are able to find out the right interest of the child will have an aptitude for it. Because, you know, we are mentally not geared to work on our weaknesses. So when we tell a child that, hey, keep on working on your weakness, it does not happen because child will never enjoy doing something where the child is weak in doing it. Rather, if we are able to identify that 1 or 2 or 3 strengths of the child and we make the child do more of those strengths, the child is also enjoying it because it's natural to him or her, and he or she is getting complimented for doing the work. It is also very important. I see Aryan's parents complimenting Aryan for every small thing he pulls up. And I have complimented Aryan for every small thing he has been able to pull up. So, you know, it is important to have the expectation, but it is also important to keep on complimenting the child. Thank you so very much, Aryan. This was so very, 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 very important. Bhavya, another junior in the lot, stock market expert, somebody who has started a venture with IBM in artificial intelligence and machine learning, scored super good in SATs. How did you do it, Bhavya? And while you are doing so many things, another important thing that I'm again coming back to each one of you is that most of the times these children are finding it difficult to manage their time well. These children are finding it difficult to allocate their time and resource to one thing or two things. And here you are 12 of you. I have been working so closely and you guys do it seamlessly. You guys do it as if it is so natural to you. So how do you divide your day? So what is your day like, Bhavya? And how do you divide your day between extracurriculars, academics, personal time, family time, friends time? You do not need to go into your personal friendships right now. I don't want to hear about that and embarrass you in front of public. But important part is, how do you do it? What does your day looks like and how do you plan it?
Yes, sir. So I believe that, you know,
a little louder, Bhavya, please, if you can come closer.
Yes, sir. So when I'm choosing what activities and extracurriculars I have to do, I keep in mind that I, you know, don't become a jack of all trades. And I try to focus on things that I'm really interested in. So I prioritize whatever I have to do. And then I time box, like I guess you recently talked about, you know, Google Calendars, using Google Calendars and maintaining a to-do list and then just putting it up on the calendar. So I have a pretty set bedtime schedule, waking up at 6 in the morning and sleeping at 12. So, you know, I just organize myself the whole day. I have it planned. So I have a rough idea as to what I have to do at what time.
Super. So again, it is coming out when Bhavya says that planning a calendar is really, really well. It is very, very important. And it also comes to my mind that I also want to know that most of the students right now are struggling with their sleep schedules. So I do have a question and I might just pop up to one of you regarding the sleep schedule. And I want to know whether you guys sleep on time. How do you manage it? How is the schedule going on? I will come back to you. But thank you so much, Bhavya. So parents, please understand, we want you guys to have a Google Calendar created for your kids. And panelists, please speak a little louder. Some of the parents are unable to hear you guys, okay? Okay, Disha. Oh, before Disha, Bhumika. Bhumika, congratulations on multiple scholarships, beta. Can you give us 2 specific tips? What made you achieve those scholarships?
First and foremost, I would like to thank you because you helped me to what I believe is like the best career path for me. And if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have even applied. I remember everyone used to tell me how it's almost next to impossible to get scholarships. And I remember how everyone used to tell me it's almost next to impossible to get great scholarships from great universities like top 20. But believe me, I did. It's honestly not that hard. You just have to do your best. There are actually 2 types of scholarships that I received. So from HKU and CUHK, I have received conditional scholarships. So if I score a certain grade, the scholarship will be availed. However, from McGill, it's in Canada, I have received a few $1,000 scholarship. So my tips would be to first do your research. There are third-party scholarships available. Check out the websites and everything. And number 2, it would be to maintain a balance between your extracurriculars and your academics because it's so important. You need to stand out. If you look at the websites of different universities, they don't have like a set criteria. They'll say that they don't require APs or SATs or subject tests, but it does matter. It will help you stand out. So yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, Bhumika, I completely understand, Veda. When you came to me and we were debating a perfect career path for you, and today when I see you with multiple scholarships. So what Bhumika says here, and because she was not very audible, I'll repeat because, it is not impossible to get scholarships. Please understand. B, some of you who are thinking that we cannot afford for our children, you really need to set your mind free. Affordability is only after offer letters. If you do not apply to the best of the colleges, offer letters will not come. And this applies both to India and outside India. So some of you who are only looking at Indian admissions, I have Disha who will possibly even apply to some of the Indian colleges, though she is hoping that me and her will be able to pull off some amazing international offer letters as well. But there are kids here who even wanted to keep their options open. And the only thing is that because they have been able to pull it off, because they have the scholarships, they are now expanding their horizon and looking at a situation where the person on the left should be a French and the person on the right should be a German, and that's where they want to study. So Bhumika says 2 very, very important things. One, whatever is mentioned on the university's website is good to read, but that's not it. At times when you read that the website says that we do not require standardized tests, we do not require the SATs, we do not require subject SATs or APs. That's not true, because if you give a university only what they require, they will never give you a scholarship. All these 12 people here have been able to give universities or their schools much more than what their institutions require. And that's when their schools value them. That's when the universities value them. And that's when they have been able to, all the seniors here, that's how they have been able to pull off scholarships. So do focus on your standardized tests. But another important thing what Bhumika said was, do not take your extracurriculars lightly, guys. So all the parents, please push your kids to do as many extracurriculars as possible. I have a thumb rule when it comes to extracurricular. I told to all of these students who are sitting here, when they started, there is nothing called a bad extracurricular. Yes, we do not have time to waste on unjustified extracurriculars. So as long as one of them said that, like Bhavya said, I decide what kind of extracurricular I want to do. I don't want to be a jack of all trades, right? So if you define your interest well, you will definitely be able to do and find out the right extracurriculars. And most of the Indian universities today, after their entrances, will look at extracurriculars. So if you do not have extracurriculars, it'll be like you clear the entrance, but you will fail the interview. It's like being too close and get too far. So learn this from these young kids, guys. Disha, Vice President Students Council, which must be taking a considerable amount of time out of your life, organizing activities. And I'm very sure that there are so many people from your school who are listening to you right now, so many kids who are your juniors, Disha, who want to be in the Students Council, but they're scared that, it might just take my life away. It might just require me to spend longer hours at school. I have seen you to be very organized. Are you really organized in real life, or is it all only in front of me? And if you are, what are those tips and the secrets that you can share?
So being
Okay.
organized is the key behind being able to manage everything. Like Anusha mentioned, you have to multitask to be successful in life. And like Bhavya also said, you have to manage time and prioritize your tasks. I like to make a planner. Usually it's a weekly planner or a 2 weeks planner. And I make to-do lists every day so that I know what I have to do and they are prioritized according to the importance. Also, the goals I set are time bound. So I'm not wasting hours on something that did not require that much time. I complete it quickly and then, like Anusha mentioned earlier, reward myself, keep myself motivated. I also realize that the goals have to be realistic. You can't just start dreaming about things. It has to be realistic. You should know your own abilities. And with the COVID-19 situation, everyone's routines and schedules have gone for a toss. So I try to keep my day as normal as possible as it would have been when I had school. I still do have school. I have online classes, and that's how I maintain my schedule.
So you are able to do all this, and you guys were able to take out, so much time for practice session, for technology glitches, for this particular call that we are doing. It is all because of organized. So again, now this is 5th time in the row in out of 9 students we have talked so far. Prioritize, make a Google Calendar, make a to-do list. What is so difficult about that? It is not difficult. I know on day one, I'm sure even Disha was not able to manage or put a tick mark to all 10 activities that she would have planned. So Disha, coming back to you quickly, beta, were you able to manage all the activities from day one when you started keeping the Google Calendar?
Oh no, it takes time to learn how to manage everything. So with time, you understand what you're capable of doing in 24 hours and how much work you want to keep for that day. Like I said, I keep weekly planners. So depending on how my first week goes, I plan the next week accordingly, looking at important tasks in that week. Say if I have a Monday which is very busy, I'll keep something for the next day instead of overloading myself on Monday. And that's how it comes with time. You can't be perfect in the first go, but then you have to learn from your mistakes.
Wow, you have to learn from your mistakes. It comes with time. So persistence is the key. So all the kids who are listening to this right now, time and again, these 12 successful students are saying us, requesting you, urging you to start maintaining a Google Calendar. Okay, so parents out there, I want you to be patient because we have 3 more to go. And then I have a surprise element. And after that, we will ask all these 12 to give one success tip, one success secret. And if you guys are not ready, I want you to jot down your success secret. I want 12 success secrets from each one of you, one each, which these parents will take away in next 15 minutes. We have given almost an hour to this right now. We started at about 3:30. It's almost close to 4:30. So parents, I really see your enthusiasm. We are at about 5,800 people live on Facebook. We have about 119, 120 fluctuating between on the Zoom. Wonderful. This is going really, really well. And you guys, you are making me proud of all of you, because coming online and talking live, it is not easy, guys. You are an epitome of confidence. And the best part is, this is possibly the new world we want to develop, where people like you go out there, take out their own time, not for their personal benefit, but for the benefit of thousands of students who are listening to you, who are younger to you, juniors to you, or maybe your colleagues. Thank you so very much, guys. Okay. Who is next? Khushi. You started very, very late, Khushi. And this question is for all those parents and students who are possibly in grade 12 or at the fag end of their grade 11 in IB, and they haven't started yet. And they are feeling, after listening to so many young and bright faces here, oh my God, it was about starting on time. Now, you know it and I know it. We started at the fag middle or maybe later half of grade 12, right?
Yes.
And you still managed to pull up like $100,000 scholarship. Okay. What is your message to all those people who have not started so far? Okay.
For me, I think it is all about commitment. You need to be committed to what you want to do. When I started, I did not even know what subject I wanted to take at an undergraduate level. And that is why I needed the counseling, but I don't know why I kept delaying it. And I had not given my standardized tests because of the misconception that you talked about before, that Canada and UK do not require the SAT or the SAT subject test. So I had not given those, and I had to manage the standardized tests along with the applications, the school exams, and it all got really stressful. So the only thing that made me come out of that stress was being motivated, being committed towards what I wanted, having a clear picture of what I want my future to look like. It was very important to take time for myself as well whenever I thought it got too much, to manage time properly, to prioritize between what extracurriculars are immediately required, what I need to do. And yeah, I think it's important to manage your stress very well. It's important to know what you want to do. It's important to know how to manage your daily routine, have a planned routine so that you don't miss out on anything which is very important for your application. But I would say that it is not an ideal thing to go late for any kind of service, because it can get really stressful. And if this COVID-19 situation had happened just a few months prior, then I would not have been in a situation to apply this year. So it's very important that you take help as soon as possible for you.
All right, wonderful. So an awesome message from Khushi out there. She says that she started late, but she's accepting that my suggestion to all the parents is that do not delay it. Maybe I started late and I was able to pull it off, but if you have time, you should start early. Second, even after starting late, as long as you have a clear-cut idea of what you want to achieve and you are able to prioritize things, you should be able to achieve. Third, she again says that taking the standardized tests really helps. And in her case, I don't know what worked, because I have had multiple meetings with her. And today when I sit with her and I talk to her, and when she makes those awesome videos for me, and she says that I have $100,000 scholarship, the only thing I feel is, ye kahan se aaya? And how did it happen? And all kudos to you, Bacha, for being able to manage your stress well. So to all the parents, again, a small request, please help your children to manage stress. It is very, very important. Coming back to the environment question that we asked, and we talked about to Anusha, that how important is the environment. It is very, very important to make the student or the child calm down, talk to the child, manage the stress well. And when it gets too much, and when you can see the stress on the face, or when you can see the stress in actions, it's okay if at times these teenagers retaliate back. They are bubbling with energy, but this retaliation could be not a sign of arrogance. It can just be a sign of a little bit of stress. So whenever you see this kind of a retaliation, you really need to, as mature parents, you need to keep your foot down and say, okay, no worries, let's sit down. You retaliated, you argued, you shouted, perfect, doesn't matter. Let's sit down, let's discuss. That's the big message Khushi is saying out there. Another big message that Khushi is giving is, do not take your standardized tests lightly, even if you're going to Canada or UK, because they are the make or break when it comes to scholarship. Kudos to you, Khushi Mehta, for getting that 5 zeros and a 1 scholarship in dollars. Kudos to you, beta. All right, coming to Manmohini. Manmohini, I couldn't, I don't think ever in my life I'll be able to create come to a situation where I can manage so many things with being a writer, being very well in academics, contributing to international journals and magazines, going to schools and God knows all the places to go and deliver lectures, getting published in the newspapers like Times of India, and still being able to score really, really well in your academics. So this question is for all the parents who are listening and all the children. What is important to score well, Manmohini? And is it only about studying and more studying? Or do you have any other secret mantra that you can share with all those 6,000 people listening to you right now? How do you score so well?
Well, one of the most important things that I find is I have this thing called a success pyramid. And at the base of the pyramid, one of the most important things for me is education and focusing on my academics. While everyone knows we're supposed to balance between, crazy schedules and extracurriculars, academics does play a very important role. And the way that I do it is goal setting. There are three major parts that I do with goal setting. Number one is making it realistic within a certain time frame, situation specific. And I've also learned, I use this analogy very often of a dartboard. I used to have this dartboard, it had 3 pins, and every time I used to aim for the bullseye. And I've also learned that life gives you a lot of opportunities and you have to make the most of it. Failure is proof you're trying. I have gone through several instances where I haven't done well on tests and I beat myself up about it mentally. And I'm like, I have to do better. But I've learned that instead of cramming up information and studying more and more content wise, it's about studying smart. And my secret mantra for studying is 3 things: determination, perseverance, and concentration. These are 3 things that help me get good grades, and also consistency. I've also learned that a healthy lifestyle, a balanced environment, and also a positive relationship with your friends and your family creates a better terrarium for your learning. And I have my exams starting this Monday, and the only way I'm able to stay so calm and I feel well prepared is because I know that knowledge is power, and I have a positive mindset towards it.
Wow. So goal setting, perseverance, and dedication. Wonderful. So these 3 things, which are very, very required by the students today. What I really like what Manmohini said, parents, is being realistic with your goal setting and making them situational. So if you're not realistic, you are just setting a big goal for yourself. And most often I meet a lot of children who come to me and they are preparing for their IITs or NEET. And, half of them, or maybe 95% of them actually, are not even into it by their heart and soul. They are doing it because their parents wanted them to do it. And, when I talk to them, beta, do you think from inside you'll be able to clear it? And when the parents are not allowed, and then you should see them crying, then you should see them opening up, and they say that, no, I don't think I'll be able to clear it. I think I can be a much better at something else than being an engineer. So it is very, very important to set a realistic goal. Maybe I'm not meant for IIT. Maybe I am. If I'm meant for IIT, I have to take. So if you have to set a goal, you also have to have a commitment. And the commitment is supposed to come from the child. Just by putting him into a coaching institute, you think the child will be able to crack the entrances? It's not going to happen. All right. So set the realistic goal as per the ability of the child, as per the schedule of the child. Make it very, very realistic. That's what Manmohini is saying. Make it very, very situational specific. So if you have exam times, you set some other type of goals. If you are in the lean time, you set some other type of goals, but you set goals. If you do not have a written goal, and I'm a strong believer of the fact that a small pen is better than big memory. If you do not have a written goal, you do not have a goal. That's what I believe. And that's what is the message from these 12 young lads, successful students out there. I have a very, very interesting person who's supposed to join in. And if Shivansh, you are able to listen, I would want you to just be ready, and I'll allow you to come online. You have the rights to go and start your mic and camera. But before that, schedule, healthy lifestyle. That's what Manmohini said. Schedule is something which, the common thing which is coming out of all these students is scheduling, goal setting, things to do, time and again. And I'm so sure that most of you who are listening to us right now will still take it lightly. So that's the reason you need to find a good mentor or a coach out there in your city, in your state, maybe inside your home, maybe your dad, maybe your mom, maybe your grandfather, grandmother. Somebody can be a great coach and a mentor who will remove the family hat, wear the coach and a mentor hat, and possibly allow you to stick to the schedule. And that's what Khushi said. That's what Disha said. So this is so very critical. All right, before coming to Shivansh, Rajat, here is a question for you. And this is coming out of what Manmohini said. This is coming out of what Archita said, Khushi said, Aditya said, Abhyuday said, Bhumika said, Bhavya said, Anusha, Aryan, Disha, Arpit, all of them said it. It is about time management. It is about effective scheduling. It is about being motivated and dedicated. And it is about having a healthy lifestyle. Now, you have some of the amazing, phenomenal offer letters. You scored 1540 on your SATs. You are decently high on your academics. My question to you is, what is your lifestyle like? And do you have a message for the students out there about a healthy lifestyle, maybe a sleeping schedule? Because we need that rest. We need that 8 hours of rest for our brain. I'm very sure that you guys sleep well, and that's how you have been able to come to a place where you are. So what is your message, Rajat?
Yeah, so back in 11th and 12th, when my academics
A little
took a
louder,
dive,
Rajat, please.
back in 11th and 12th, I saw many of my classmates, and even me, we had very poor sleep schedules. We were sleeping at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and getting up at 7 for school. And it's just not sustainable. Your body is like a machine. The better fuel you put in it, the better it'll perform. You need those 7 to 9 hours of sleep for your brain to capitalize on all the work that you have done throughout the day. You put in 4 hours, 5 hours of studying, and then you go to an internship for 2 hours, but then you won't form any long-term associations with those memories unless you sleep. Your brain is doing the work for you. All you have to do is slot out 7 to 9 hours and just take rest for that time.
Wow. So brain is like a machine and it needs rest. And what do you eat, Rajat?
It's mostly a vegetarian diet, but I'm not averse to high
Can't
protein
hear you
foods.
properly, but I can't hear you properly.
It's mostly a vegetarian diet, but I don't shy away from non-vegetarian foods. Basically, don't focus too much on fast food, stay hydrated, and ensure that you don't eat a heavy meal before bed.
Wow. So, okay. So don't eat a heavy meal before bed. Stay very well hydrated. Avoid carbonated drinks. And most importantly, guys, all of you who are listening to us, almost, 5,800 now. Some of them have dropped out. Very, very important. Your COVID break is, creating a havoc with your schedules, with your sleep patterns. Please sleep on time. Please avoid the gadgets late at night. Stop binge watching. Give your brain a good night, 7 to 9 hours sleep. That's what Rajat said. Before I come back to all of you, all 12 of you, for your last final closing statements, because I've taken a lot of time from all of you, and we will again start in the alphabetical order. I have a middle school student, Shivansh. Shivansh, if you can just unmute your mic, and this is for all those children who are in the middle school. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us what all do you do?
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shivansh Gupta, and I'm feeling blessed to hear all my seniors here. I'm a student of Class 6 Heritage School. I study in the international program, the IGCSE board. I have done multiple levels of drumming, and I'm currently learning guitar through virtual learning classes. I have also got Trinity certifications in both drums and guitar, and I'm following them ahead. Then I'm also a coder, and I have already been certified in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. And I'm also doing mobile app development. Currently, I'm also learning Blender animation and graphics.
Wow. And Shivansh, how are you able to manage? Because this is for all those kids who are in the middle school. You are a coder, drummer, guitarist, and you have your online classes going on, I believe, from 7:45 in the morning till almost like 3 in the afternoon. And then you are learning, you have Trinity certifications. You have done what? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you said Python. Some of your seniors are getting scared now. Okay. At grade 6, you have learned Python. They are really, really nervous. A message that you want to give to all the middle school students who are in grade 6, 7, 8, 9. Any message from there, from your side?
Yes. So I really wanted to suggest that we're supposed to. So I want to suggest all my colleagues in middle school that we should utilize this COVID-19 quarantine break really carefully, and we should utilize it because you can learn whatever you wanted to learn in this time, and we should start learning that right now.
Wow, thank you so much, Shivansh. So the great message from a middle school student, this is a great time for you kids out there to figure out what you always wanted to do. And you have these 4 or 5 months. Schools are not starting, guys, before August, September, or maybe even later than that. And I know you guys are missing school. You want to go back to school, but unfortunately, we are stuck in a situation where the best way to be is stay at home and stay safe. So make the most of it. Find out what you really wanted to learn, and then go ahead and figure out an online program and start doing it. That's the best way you should go about doing it. All right, going back in the alphabetical order, again, quick one-liner. We have taken a lot of time of our attendees. Abhyuday, one message from your side to all the parents out there, and I want you guys to be on the top of your voices. Leave an impactful note to 6,000 parents listening to you right now in 3 countries, 10 cities.
Yeah, so the success secret from my end would be that try to find your priorities and balance them. And you should also realize that your priorities should not be the same always. It depends on what the time is and what lies ahead.
Wow, that's an amazing secret from Abhyuday Garg. Parents, just to motivate these kids, they have taken out almost 1.5 hours of their time. A big yay in the chat box. Let me see if the chat is enabled for all of you. A big yay from your side. YAY. Just motivate them. Thank them by writing a yay. That's a thank you from all of the parents, kids out there, all 12 of you, and 13th is Shivansh. It's a big thank you that the parents are giving you guys for taking out this time. Aditya, your success secret, beta.
Time management, definitely. And in the time management, apart from studies, extracurriculars and everything, taking that like fun slot out to de-stress, I think that's very important.
All right, so time management and take out the fun slot out. Awesome. Anusha.
Yeah, so my success tip would be for students applying to American universities, have a unique, honest, and raw common app essay. It just can't get better than that. And apply. Because if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. If you want the answer to be yes, just ask.
Oh, wow. Okay, so apply. If you don't apply, they're not going to give you a phone call and say that, hey, I am waiting for you. Why don't you apply? That's a big message from Anusha. Thank you so very much. Archita.
Okay, so what I would say would be my success secret is do what you love. Unless and until you actually enjoy what you're doing, success won't follow.
All right. And Shivansh, I want you also to be ready with one success tip for all the middle school students. All right. We will come back to you. We'll take your name. Archita, thank you so much. Arpit.
Yeah, I think research is very important. Like researching, watching YouTube videos of students in your dream university is very, very important.
All right. Research, read, feed content. So parents, please understand, if you want your child to be able to sell content in future, it is important to feed content today. All right. It's like this. A healthy diet gives a healthy body. A healthy content gives a healthy career. So feed yourself content, and that can only happen with research. YouTube is a great way of doing research as long as you are on the right YouTube channels. So don't waste your time on YouTube. Do relevant research. Aryan, one success tip from your side, beta.
My success tip would be perseverance. I believe that if you work hard at anything, you can do it.
Wow, perseverance. So continue, keep on doing the work time and again. Aryan has been doing it for 2 years, and after 2 years, you see the glories. So the glories do not come overnight, guys. You have to just keep on doing it. Do, and do, like somebody said here. Okay. Bhavya, one success tip from your side, beta.
Yes, sir. I'll just say failure is an option.
A little louder, beta.
Sir, I'll say failure is an option. You need to just keep trying and learning new things.
Failure isn't an option, and that's a teenager saying, okay, and you just keep on trying. If you fail, it's okay. You just get up and move on. Wow, thank you, Bhavya. Thank you so very much. Bhumika.
So I'd like to quote Johann Wolfgang: knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Do your research, make the most of your high school years, make the most of your college years. You can do whatever you want.
This is so important. So all those parents who have been listening to us for last 1 hour, almost like 5,000, 6,000 of them, you know the success secrets now, but knowing is not enough. You have to start applying these secrets. All right. And what was the next line, beta?
Willing is not enough, we must do.
And just wishing and willing is not enough. You have to start doing it. So apply, period, do, period. Thank you so much, Bhumika. Disha.
I would say determination, and don't overthink. I'm going to quote you, sir. Overanalysis leads to paralysis. Spend time with your family. So far, we've overcome 100% of the obstacles we faced, and this shall too pass.
Feel so proud of you, beta, that you have quoted me. Yes, definitely, parents out there, overanalysis will lead to paralysis. You have to start, and the best time to start was yesterday. So perseverance, dedication, time management, doing and acting upon whatever you have learned, put it down into action. That's very, very important. All right. Khushi, one success tip from you, beta.
For me, it is definitely never give up, because it's never too late. I would say that don't get scared even if you think you're late. Just try. Take help whenever you think you need it. And don't take those standardized tests lightly, because they're very important.
Wow. So don't take the standardized tests lightly. It is never too late. You can start now. Just start it and do your best. Do your best. But we will go back to Khushi's earlier statement. For all of you who have not started till now, life is not over. Start it today and there will be a better tomorrow. All right. Okay, so next, Manmohini, one success tip, beta.
Well, I like to follow do it once, do it well, have a positive mindset, detach yourself from any unnecessary expectations, and give it all you've got once in a go. And you always get to try again, but make most of what you have within the time you have.
So detach yourself from unnecessary expectations. Just do it well, whatever comes your way, and make time for yourself. Awesome. Rajat.
Your brain and your body are willing to work on your behalf. You just have to
Can't
listen
hear
to
you,
them.
Rajat. Can't hear you.
Your brain and your body are willing to work on your behalf. All you have to do is listen to them. You cannot perform at your peak if the fuel that you put in is not of high quality.
You guys just make me feel so proud of you. Where do you get these from? Some of us as parents will never be able to be so articulate what you're saying. So your brain and your body is ready to work for you guys. You just have to listen to your brain and your body. And that's it. And go ahead and work. Shivansh, one success tip from your side.
I think one success tip from my side is that whatever time you have right now, whatever time you will be having, you should utilize it wisely, because whatever free time you have, if you utilize it wisely, you can learn whatever you always have wanted to learn. You could utilize it wisely, and you should self-motivate yourself. You should never give up and learn it.
Self-motivation, and that's a young kid of the middle school talking. Self-motivation is key to success. Keep on telling yourself that you will be able to achieve like these 12 out there. And it is wonderful to listen to all 12 of you. Thank you so very much for joining in. Rajat, Arpit, Manmohini, Bhumika, Abhyuday, Aditya, Archita, Bhavya, Anusha, Disha, Khushi, Aryan, and Shivansh. Thank you so very much. For all the parents who are still hanging on, please congratulate these 12 kids by writing a big congrats in the caps lock in your chat. Just congratulate them for taking out time for your kids. Let them say, let us say thank you to these 12 young kids for doing this for you and your kids. Thank you so very much. Let's clap for all of us. Super, super. Thank you so very much, guys. I look forward to continuously engage with you. For those of you who are now going into the best of the universities, please remember, I was there, I am there, and I'll always be there. All right? Just remember that, and I am going to be a friend for life. Okay? See you guys. Thank you so very much, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to be a part of this panel. Thank you.
Rajat. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Manmohini. You can safely log out, guys. Safely log out. Thank you, Anusha. Thank you so very much, guys.